Good morning to you all. Today, we are going to get some kind of a broader understanding on IELTS speaking test and speaking module. So, very beginning, what I want to tell you, IELTS speaking module is one of the very important module, as well as it is equally important like other three modules: listening, reading, and writing. Speaking also having a same important like other modules. There is no any other difference. I won't tell that. Second, I want to tell you, sometimes there is a wrong myth among students and the IELTS community that if you can speak in English fluently, if you are a fluent speaker, you can easily get a high band score or 8 or 9 in IELTS speaking test. That is a wrong understanding. I want to tell that even though you are a very fluent speaker, or whether you are a native speaker, or whether your mother tongue is English, though the situation like that, but we should accept that you have to design and form and formulate your speaking styles and all those things aligned to the exam expectations. Even though you are a great speaker, but if you not align your speaking styles, speaking patterns according to the IELTS speaking scoring criteria, you will ended up with the low band score. So, but I accept that the people who are very fluent in English having a great potential to get a very higher band score in IELTS speaking a test. Why? Because their English is superb. But even though English is superb, if you take this IELTS speaking module more easily, it may be ended up with a disaster. Why? Because that you should align your speaking and everything according to the exam requirement. That is compulsory. Again, this IELTS speaking test, you are going to face in a separate day. You are going to face in a separate day. You are not, your main test, listening, reading, and writing is one of the main tests. You are going to do that test in a one day. It is like a 3.5 hours, around 4 hours exam period. But IELTS speaking test, you will be asked to come for a separate day. Maybe before the main test, or most probably after main test. So that is the situation. But please understand, this test is not like other tests like listening, reading, and writing. Why this test is different? This is like just 16 to 18-minute test. You have to answer the question, you have to show your speaking ability in front of an examiner. In front of an examiner. So this is a kind of a different scenario where your stage fright and those kind of things come to disturb you. As well as this is the test like a more live test, and it's like a oral test. It's an oral test. So then, even though you are a good performer in listening, reading, and writing, maybe speaking is a different kind of challenge to you to talk in front of another person. uh, when different kind of questions and different kind of questions come in, then you have to answer. That's a different experience. So according to my philosophy, IELTS speaking test is like a T20 cricket match. Now, you know that World T20 cricket series now just started. Now, yesterday also, Sri Lanka won a match. So, you know that T20 cricket match, how is the T20 rhythm? So, IELTS also like that. I mean, IELTS speaking also like that. Why? Within very short time, within maximum 18 minutes of time, you have to show your maximum colors to the examiner aligned to the exam scoring criteria of the IELTS speaking to get higher band score. So this, during this short time, if you fail to show your maximum, so that is failure. Failure means you are going for a low band score. So that risk is there. So then my advice is before you definitely you have to go to the exam center little bit early, minimum 15 minutes early, sit in the lobby area and be relaxed. Don't listen to the people who are coming and telling different things. I face IELTS speaking like this. The people are coming out from the exam rooms and telling those things and talking those things inside the lobby. You can hear those things, but you don't bother about them. You have to sit till your time comes. When your time comes, they will ask you to come and tell the room, and your room and every information they will provide it early. You have to take maybe a small amount of water and go to the exam room with more confidence. That is very much important. While you are entering to the room also, you have to show that you are confident. The way you walk, the way you enter to the room by knocking the door, excuse me, like that, you're coming in, and the way you come and sit. So everything is important. You have to sit more straight, and you have to sit in front of him, and you have to you have to put your hands on the table. So you don't put your hands down, just put on the table and stay more straight and be confident in front of your exam. That is very much important. So that's the first impression. First impression is the last impression. So you have to make a good impression very beginning. And then in this COVID context, there are some covers and all. You have to talk while wearing the mask. Those are the challenges you have to understand in this new normal context. So then you will meet the examiner. You can see this exam context that by looking a lot of YouTube videos. But also I want to show you one video that directly got from the YouTube to see that after end of my discussion, you can see that how practically those things apply. We can talk about that. We'll see how we can see that. So that that is the initial thing you have to do when you are going to face the IELTS speaking test. I know as a professionals, you have more deeper and more complex experience than this kind of test. You all are professional in your degree programs. When you are doing your thesis, your research, you have did lot of difficult work than this, but this is a different kind of game. That's what I won't tell you. The test batsman can't play T20 game. So that simple thing. Likewise, you need to make a special preparation for IELTS speaking test. Right, now we'll go slowly, get a total idea of this IELTS speaking test. That is our expectation today. Okay, please understand IELTS academic and general both versions. Speaking test is a common one. Speaking test is a common one. Listening as well as speaking is a common test for both academic and general people. So that is the nature. So speaking test is a common one to both students. Okay. Now, before starting this, I want to just give you a very rough idea about 3 different terms to just understanding coherence. What is coherence means when we are writing or when we are speaking in English language perspective? What is coherence? Coherence means the way that the elements in our sentences and paragraphs hang together to produce meaning. Now, coherence means how that you are properly design your language, your sentences, your paragraph, very nicely organized manner to produce a great meaning. That is coherence. That is coherence. Understand? So your sentences and paragraphs should design properly. To produce a great meaning. That's a coherence. So cohesion means the way we use vocabulary and grammar structures to make connection between ideas within a text. Now, when you are writing or when you are speaking, I want to tell you, when you are speaking also, your sentence to sentence connection, how you are properly doing using your great vocabulary as well as your grammar. Using your grammar, your vocabulary, your prepositions, conjunctions, how you are nicely used to make the right connection between ideas. So how you are going to design your sentences, sentence to sentence connection. So how you are maintaining, that is the cohesion. Then last thing I want to discuss you, abstract language. Just give you these three terms. It includes general language and intangible qualities, ideas, or concept. Abstract language means you are using English, but while you are bringing some qualities, your thoughts, your ideas, and your concepts while you are speaking or writing. That is abstract language. Please understand, these three terms are very much highlighted in the IELTS speaking as well as writing. I am just telling you now. I am pretty sure now with this when I'm telling about these three terms, definitely you all encouraged to go to the internet and search what those and get some examples. Now use internet sources to understand those. That is very much important as students who are at the very beginning of the IELTS learning. Right. Now we'll see, if you look at the IELTS speaking test, normally exam arranged in a separate day. So I told you earlier also, you have to go in a separate day to this exam. There are three different sections in IELTS speaking test. I will discuss those things later. Please understand. Now, I want to solve all your questions and problems today. Hereafter, I want to discuss about the speaking test anymore. I want to discuss everything and finish it off. Why? Because now we are going to practice now. Later, we are going to practice. So there are three different sections in the IELTS speaking test. Please understand. The examination total time varies 15 to 18 minutes. The speaking test, please understand, has equal importance like other three modules like listening, reading, and writing. You need to take special advices from a IELTS lecturer or teacher to get a good band score of the IELTS speaking test. That is my opinion. Right. So what are the IELTS speaking test scoring criteria? Scoring criteria. So this diagram very clearly show that what are the four different areas you have to perform well to get the higher band score in IELTS speaking test. Now very clearly, fluency and coherence. How much you are fluent in speaking in English, and how about the coherence? Now, whether you are speaking, you are having a great flow, great connection. So that is the one of the area the IELTS speaking test check. Please understand. That's one of the area IELTS speaking test checking. You are getting a 25% marks for that. Now you can see fluency and coherence, your fluency. The second one is vocabulary. Vocabulary means lexical resources. That's a word normally IELTS perspective we use. You are getting 25% of marks for your great vocabulary. You have to use the contextual vocabulary when needed based on the questions, as well as that you have to use maybe some good conjunctions, some prepositions, those kind of things also part of the vocabulary. So you have to use, you have to show the examiner your vocabulary is great, and your contextual and general vocabulary both will get 25% of the marks. Then another 25% is allocated for grammar, range, and accuracy. So how is your grammar range? When you are speaking, whether you are using a wide range of grammar, whether you are using tenses active voice, tenses passive voice, maybe simple be verbs like am, is, are, was, were, will be, shall be. So whether you are using like a has been, have been, had been, kind of complex be verbs, or whether you use some modal verbs like this may, might, had to, has to, have to, whether you are using this kind of approaches. So the examiner check whether you have strong in your range of grammar as well as your accuracy of grammar. Both are very important. So this criteria, this 25% represent your grammar range as well as accuracy. But I want to emphasize here, in the IELTS exam, they are giving more weight to the range of grammar rather than accuracy. But it not means that you can, your accuracy, lower level of accuracy is not a problem. No, it's a problem. But when we looking at here, there are two things we talk now: grammar range, grammar accuracy. By looking at these two, the IELTS give more weight on grammar range. Even though you are making some small mistakes, your range is much wider. So it gives some kind of a natural advantage to bring high brand score. That's what I want to tell you. The last one, pronunciation. You should make a very clear pronunciation. But please understand, don't mix up. Pronunciation is not the accent. There is no any connection with the accent, whether you are using American accent or British accent or any other accent. That is not the matter at the IELTS exam. Only thing is your correct pronunciation. You have to pronounce properly, pronounce correctly, and pronounce clearly in an understandable way to the examiner. But you can use your own local Sri Lankan accent. It is not any matter to reduce your marks, but your pronunciation and that is should be very clear. Now you can see now very clearly, those are the 4 criteria you have to be developed. You have to align your speaking when you are facing IELTS speaking test: fluency and coherence, pronunciation, vocabulary and lexical resources. Vocabulary means lexical resources, and grammar, range, and accuracy. You are getting equal proportion of the marks for these 4 types of criteria. But please understand, this is a composite criteria having 2 things: grammar, range, as well as accuracy. So I want to emphasize you now, this is the right time you have to think about those things, how to improve those things, and just think about those criteria are measured. Right. Now, look at how IELTS exam design, IELTS speaking test design. I told you earlier, IELTS speaking test having very clear 3 sections. IELTS speaking test having very clear 3 sections. This is the first section. This we call short run. This we call short run. So just after you sit in front of the examiner, examiner introduce himself, and examiner introduce that exam center and exam number and all the information examiner tell, and finally examiner tell his name and his registration number or everything. Then he asks you to give your passport. He check your passport and return back to you. And after that, this section 1 starts. In section 1, it is not a long section, maximum 5 to 6 minutes. It is maximum 5 to 6 minutes. I call this is short run. Why I call this is short run? You all keep in your mind, this is very critically. In this short run section, that is the first section, you don't go for a long answers. Your answers should be short, more concise, more precise, more abbreviated, and more summarized. You can't talk a lot. The questions examiner asks, your answer should be maximum 3 to 4 sentences. Don't talk lots. Why? This is short run. This short run, examiner expect that you are answering very briefly. Examiner don't expect long answers. Now, assume that you don't know this is a short run. You have to give your answers very briefly and you talk more lengthy. What will happen? The practical problem is within this short time, examiner plan to ask 5 questions. But because of you are talking in very long, so examiner don't have a chance to ask this question. So definitely examiner stop you and go for the second question. Why? Because otherwise he can't judge your quality in the short run. So then it's create some kind of a stress to examiner. Why? Because your wrong way of answer. So don't create this kind of situation at the first section. So my advice is, as an intelligent professionals, you make your answers very brief in first section. Why? Because this is short run. There are very common questions I will discuss later, the common questions and some different questions coming in this section. But normally this section, most probably, examiner asks you to tell about yourself, your family, your hometown, and this kind of questions are coming, then you have to answer very briefly. When you're asking about yourself, your family, and your hometown, your answer should be very brief. When I'm training you, I will tell you how to answer. So then during this time, I don't want to talk about that. But I won't tell only one thing. Your answer should be very brief. Very brief means not only one sentence. There may be 3 or 4 sentences, but don't talk about 5, 6, 7, 8 sentences. Your answer should be very brief. So after finishing this section, you will move to the second section. Second section we call long run. In this long run, you will get a topic. You will get a topic with few bullet points. With few bullet points. Keep in your mind, you will get a topic with few bullet points. So the examiner will give you that topic plus a pen plus a paper to you and give you a 1 minute preparation time on this topic. Now your preparation time start. You have 1 minute. During this 1 minute, if you want to write down something, some key points you are going to talk or something, you can write down on this paper. But same time, keep in your mind, already bullet points were given under this topic. So those bullet points you have to talk. No argument on that. But if you need more, you can write down. But you know, within 1 minute, what we can write. We can't write lot now. Then definitely within 1 minute, we can write down something. But important thing is we have to internalize to our mind what we are going to talk. We have to arrange our speech inside our mind during this 1 minute of time. So at the end of the 1 minute, examiner will tell you to talk, to start your speech. Then you have to continuously talk till examiner tell you to stop. You are not allowed to stop before examiner tell you to stop. Please keep in your mind. So if you stop before examiner tell you to stop, definitely you lose marks. You lose marks. But examiner don't have any right to continue your speech more than 2 minutes. The situation is, if you speak very nicely, examiner feel really confident on your speaking, or examiner feel that in the long run you are excellent, sometimes within 1 minute examiner tell you to stop. It may happen. But sometimes maybe 1.5 minutes of time examiner tell you to stop. Very rarely examiner will go up to 2 minutes and tell you to stop. But anyway, your responsibility is continue your speech till examiner tell you to stop. That is your responsibility. That please keep in your mind. This is a section you have to continuously talk maximum 2 minutes, and this is a section very critical. This is a deciding factor whether you are getting your IELTS speaking band score above 6 or 6 or below. If you perform this section very nicely, excellent way, definitely you will get band score above 6. But if you fail this section, most probably you will get band score below 6. Please understand. In my experience, I know the students who told me, sir, in the second section, actually I failed, I didn't speak nicely. Most of the time they got 5.5. There are very rarely I recorded those things in my students, but few students told me, yes, we didn't do this well. So I got upset. I feel panic and under stress. I failed to do this well. they got 5.5. But there are some students who told they are really failed this section, but even they got 6. But the student who told me, I did this section also well, definitely they will get something. They got band score like a 6.57, 7.5, 8, 8.5 also. So that is the situation here. So this is the area you have to be very careful. That's why I gave you those topics much early and request you to clear your direction under each and every topic. So that's the second section. So third section we call medium run. So third section, what will happen? Examiner ask some digging questions, excavating questions. So intellectual questions, buddhine prashna, examiner ask based on this second topic. Based on this topic, examiner asks some questions here. Those are the questions you have to bring your concepts, your articulation, your creativity. You have to bring in the third section very nicely to get the high band score. Please understand this section, your answers not should be short like here. This is a short run. Here your answers may be 3 sentences, maximum 4 sentences. But here maybe your answers may be 4 or 5 sentences, little bit higher than this section. So that is the way this exam generally moves. Then the total time here, total test, section 1, section 2, and section 3, total time will be maximum 15 to 18 minutes. Please keep those things in your mind. If you have any question, please write down, and at the end of this session, you can ask those questions. Now, look at very clearly and very important thing, what is the insight of the key sections of the IELTS speaking test. I want to show you what is the insight, what is the inner part, what is the things behind the curtain, what are the things behind the closed doors in those 3 sections. I want to show you. Now, then you will get a very good understanding, and most of your problems will solve with this explanation. Now, IELTS part 1, I told you earlier, that is the short run. This is the short run, that is where you need to elaborate your answers, but not one word, not one sentence, but it should be shorter. Please understand. And here you have to ready for some relevant as well as irrelevant questions. It means sometimes in this section we can see examiner asking very normal question like that, can you tell me yourself, your family and hometown, and like this very normal question. Sometimes quickly examiner asking that and quickly jump to the completely different topic and asking, do you remember the occasion you feel shy? Oh, then you are quickly you got upset. Oh my God, kapata ya question direction venas kara. Change the direction and asking. So, do you remember that you got stress and blame to your subordinates in your organization? Do you remember such occasion? Maybe ask such a 180 degrees turn different question and asking you. This kind of things may happen in this section, like this present government try to convert organic agriculture, inorganic agriculture to organic agriculture within overnight. You see, they failed. They failed. Likewise, IELTS exam also, such a quick change of the topics may happen. You have to face those challenges. That may happen here. So you have to get ready for that. That is the nature. So when it's come to the second section, long run, I told you earlier, you have 1 minute preparation, 2 minute speech. Please understand here, you have to use the technique called embellishing. What embellishing means, make your story more interesting by adding extra details that are often untrue. Please understand. You need not to tell truth here. You can tell lies. No one is going to argue, why did you tell lies? No. You can tell anything unoften. You can tell true, untrue things. You can fabricate your story more interesting way in this section. So you are allowed to do that. That is we call emblazing. You can do that. Again, you can apply the technique called digest. Now you don't need to remember those names. I'm just showing you. What is this? Leave the main topic of the conversation temporarily, but talk within the scope of the question by following bullet points of the question. Now you can here, you can slightly deviate from the topic, but don't deviate from the main conversation. And you can talk according to the bullet point little bit here and there. You can talk. So that is we call digest. So you have a chance to make this temporary. You can talk little bit away from the scope, but don't leave from the main topic. That's what you can do. But the third section, that is the where examiner asking some digging questions or intellectual questions. You have to make a little bit longer elaborations. You should bring your philosophical, thoughtful ideas. You have to bring your articulation ability. You have to bring your creativity, and you have to bring some abstract ideas with your great thoughts. That's what they are checking. And here, you need not to tell always truth. You can tell, you need not to tell exactly true. You can tell lies. Use less common, attractive language. Use less common, more precise words and grammar. This means abstract language. You can use attractive language. You can use less common language. You can use very precise words and beautiful grammar here to get the high band score. Get the high band score. So that is the area you can apply this. Very importantly, here your philosophical ideas, your concepts, your thoughts, your articulation, your creativity, your structuralizing capacity, your thinking ability, everything will come here. And the third section, please understand this insights of IELTS speaking test 3 sections. That is very much important for you. Right. Now, you know very clearly, I am again showing you the first section of IELTS. Very common question, yourself, your family, your hometown. And maybe after that, one of the very common thing you should know, IELTS speaking part 1. So after asking yourself, your family and your hometown, most probably those are the areas where examiner creates some discussion with you. Your childhood, your work or professional life, your study and academic life, going outing or trip or something, and shopping. So those are kind of a common 5 frames, traditionally IELTS examiners ask. But in the new context, recently, in last few weeks also, that 3 days back also, one of my students faced IELTS speaking test, that examiner asked your work, professional life, or your study and academic life. He's asking whether you are a student or you are an employee. If you tell employee, he asks lot of questions on your professional life. If you tell you are a student, he asks lot of questions about your student life. So that is very common in these days also. Please keep in your mind, please highlight it. That is the common question right now. But I don't know in next January when you are going to face the exam, what will be the questions. So, but I am getting updates day by day. So I will tell you at that time how you should prepare. But I want to tell you after this introduction, there are very clear 5 frames. Most of the time examiner asks questions. What are those? Childhood, work or professional life, study or academic life, going outing, and shopping. So those are the areas you have to get familiar. You have to think to answer different questions. So I will give, in my IELTS tute, I gave you such a number of questions. You have to read this tute and understand what kind of questions you are going to face. Today we'll see that we'll try to talk with our one or 2 colleagues, and we'll see how you are going to answer those questions when I'm asking. We'll do such a practical session today to get that understanding. Right. So sometimes in this section, examiner discuss some abnormal topics, crazy topics, but I didn't see such a crazy topic discussions during last 3-4 months like that. So he's asking, shall we talk about rainbow? Shall we talk about stars? Shall we talk about sky? Shall we talk about tables? Likewise, examiner will get this kind of thing and ask a lot of question from you. As an example, examiner may say, shall we talk about stars? Then he's asking question, how stars connects with your life? How does stars connects with your life? Then you have to think and answer. Maybe you get upset sometimes. Oh, how my life connects with the stars? Challenging. Then you have to bring your fabrication. You have to bring your fabricated story. It's not true always. You can tell, yes, stars connected to my life in 2 ways, I think. Since I am a military officer, when I am wearing my uniform, there are stars always on my shoulder. Again, my wife is a preschool teacher. She is always giving stars to the small kids who are performing any task well. Those are the two areas where stars connected to my life. Maybe your answer is that. So likewise, you have to think bit differently. Think out of the box. Think in the crazy way to answer those questions. But I didn't see this kind of questions during last 2-3 months. But in the 2019 latter part, that area is very common in IELTS speaking test. Sometimes they discuss about some interesting global trends. Maybe right now we know the one of the global trends is maybe natural disasters, maybe health issues, maybe economic crisis. So they can talk about those things also. But recently I didn't see that. But 2019 and early 2020, I saw these areas are very much common in the IELTS test. But actually recently I also didn't give, I have such a list of abnormal topic and list of this interesting global trends topics I have, but I didn't give those topics to my students in the who went for the recent test. Why? Because this season we didn't see these questions asking. But if it's happened again, when you are going to face IELTS speaking, don't worry, I will address the issue. So I'm very confident to tackle those kind of issues and changing situations time to time. Right. Now we'll move further down to get some more understanding on this IELTS speaking part 1. Yeah, now you can see here those are the main areas that questions asking: yourself, your childhood, your work, professional life, your studies, going outing and shopping. Those are the areas that the questions are very common. But now currently professional life and academic life is the one of the very common question they are asking. So that's what I want to tell you in the IELTS speaking test part 1. Okay. So there are some questions. You can read this relaxedly, that after I explain, after this class finish, you can relaxedly read this tute and understand. So then when we're looking at the IELTS speaking test section 2, that is 3 to 4 minute exercise. So you get a topic, you have a bullet points, you have to follow this, and you have to talk for a 2-minute maximum. I told you earlier. So that's the way you have to do here. Now keep in your mind during this entire test, your eye contacts, your facial expressions, your gesture, everything, all those soft components examiner will check. If those soft components are very weak, that's also a disadvantage for you. I want to tell that also. Right. Now here, when you are answering that section 2 cue card, you will get a topic. You have a 1 minute time of the preparation. You are going for a 2-minute speech. That's a simple thing. What is my advice for this section? You don't quickly jump to the topic. You don't quickly jump to the topic. When you get the topic, it is very much important, very much important. You have to you have 2 minutes time, no maximum. Very beginning, you maximum maybe 15 second, maybe 20 second, not minute, second. You can talk about the you can talk about the background background of this topic. You can talk about the background of this topic, what it means. Now, as an example, assume that you got a topic on you got a topic on the most interesting political leader in your country. Assume that your topic is that. Then when you are speaking, don't quickly jump and tell don't quickly jump and tell my most interesting political leader is Mahinda Rajapaksa. Don't tell like that. You have to talk about little bit background. As an example, you can say, actually, I love number of political leaders in this world. So some political leaders are from other countries like India, China, and Malaysia. And as well as in my country also, I respect some political leaders based on their qualities. So if I talk about the political leaders in my country, so I respect number of political leaders like A, B, C, and D. But out of these political leaders, I really like A. Likewise, you don't quickly jump to the topic. Talk about background slightly and slowly come to the topic. That is we call funnel approach. You talk much broader. You talk broader, your background, more broader, and slowly narrow it down, and hit the topic and elaborate your ideas to different directions based on the bullet points. That is the way you have to follow. First, talk about background. Slowly narrow it down towards the topic like a funnel, So slowly narrow it down and focus it to your topic and elaborate your thoughts to different directions. That's what you have to do. Then during this time, maximum 15 seconds, when you are talking about background, during that time, your brain is thinking how you are going to talk in the next maybe 1.5 minutes. Why this 15 minutes of time you are talking about background? Naturally, our brain get ready to face next level of speech. Why? Then during that time, the brain is working. Otherwise, if you quickly jump to the topic, sometimes you stuck. I will tell you. So please follow that approach when you are speaking in IELTS speaking part 2. But my thought is you don't go beyond maximum 15 seconds. Why? If you just talk about background, that is not a speech. You have to come to the topic and you have to talk about those bullet points given to you. Definitely. So then if you talk about background over 45 seconds, again, you lose the marks. But you have to talk very briefly, maximum 15 seconds about background and slowly come to the topic and elaborate your ideas to different direction according to the bullet points. According to the bullet points. That's what you have to do in IELTS speaking part 2 or second section. Then after finish the second section, you will move to the third section. The third section is the short, medium run. Examiner asks some 5 to 7 questions. Now, very recently, 2 months ago, examiner asked lot of questions here. But very recent, my students told, no. Now he or she is asking only maximum 4 or 5 questions. Now, a very recent student told me, here they are asking maximum 4 or 5 questions. But 2 months ago, student told me they are asking lot of questions under section 3. Those changes are happening. I will update you the changes in next year, January, what will happen by getting information from my students as well as from my colleagues who are working in British Council. So I will support you in this way. So now here all the questions in the section 3 coming under the topic you discussed under section 2, all are digging and excavating and intellectual questions you have to think and answer. So that is the way actually this IELTS three sections of the IELTS speaking test organized. Finally, I want to tell you everything depends on your mentality during that time. At the exam time, if you are mentally and physically okay, you are very much confident, that is very important. So you go to the exam center minimum 15 minutes early. Don't get rushed. If you get rushed, that's not good. And my advice is, when you're going to the exam, don't you drive your own vehicle. If you drive your own vehicle, definitely your mental concentration change. You are thinking the traffic, you are driving, and then you go to the exam. Then you need some time to settle your brain, and that may be harmful sometime. And be relaxed before the exam. Drink some water and wait till your time comes. And don't ask about uh, yeah, don't listen to the people who are coming out from the exam and what they were telling. Don't bother about that. Be confident about you and smart about you, and don't be panic. And don't hurry to answer the question. When examiner asks question, listen very carefully and very relaxedly. Answer your question. Understand the question and answer. So if you are not clear, please ask. Take that, be pardon, can you repeat your question again? Tell that, but don't tell continuously, be pardon, be pardon, be pardon. Yeah, that's not good. But you have a chance to say, be pardon, please tell me the question again, if you didn't listen very clearly. So you have to enter to the room with very confident and sit more straight and put your hands on the table, and don't be shy like that. Don't be turned to one side or other side, and don't be like this and don't be like this. So you have to be very straightforward and confident. That is very much important. That first exposure you have to give to the examiner. Those are also very much important when you are facing IELTS speaking test. I think now we discuss all these three sections and all the sub components related to this IELTS speaking test, how to do that. I hope that you all get my points and you apply these points to win IELTS speaking test with high band score. So I wish you all the best for your IELTS speaking test, and I wish you all get very high band score in IELTS speaking module by following my guidelines. Thank you.